I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town. And I won't let.
Okay, my name is V Swantuli and I played the role of doing the lighting and the production design for Across the Border.
Owami Kayeni, and I was the director for Across the Border.
My name is Zenande Nide and I am the cinematographer.
My name is Oluetu Basi and I was doing sound.
Hi, my name is Onobam Sevi and I was the producer for Across the Border.
Okay, my name is Kaisan Kwanazi and I am Across the Border's editor.
My name is Nomvelo Tele. I'm the editor and the writer of the documentary.
The experimental techniques that I used for editing was I used a lot of connotations from music videos rather than like film and television edits. So I used a lot of inspiration from musical VFX, music video VFX and all that basically. I'm looking forward to the audience seeing our creative capabilities and our efforts, basically trying to give them something solid and something that's meaningful to them and to the people that we're talking about, basically.
I think the most difficult part was writing the script because it's more based on real story, I guess. So yeah, writing the script was hard for me. I hope they learned that sabantu siyafana and umuntu you shouldn't judge them ngokuthi bavelaphi basukaphi.
So, our documentary brings something new to the whole narrative of Zimbabwean women immigrating to South Africa, because we're not focusing on like the statistics of it, the hardcore facts of it, but our focus is more on the emotional side, the emotional turmoil which these women go through, having the burden of having to immigrate from their home, coming to South Africa in hopes of financial and economic prospects, and having to like leave their families behind in order to be able to financially provide for them. So it's the whole story of being away from family but having to do what you have to do as mothers.
Challenges that I faced was basically trying to create the mood and atmosphere, basically the look and feel for our entire documentary, primarily because we wanted to have like an ominous and like suspenseful feel, so I had to kind of like try to create that and do like more research based on the idea that we had overall. So I think doing research for that and trying to actually execute it to come to life was a bit difficult, but I think at the end everything kind of worked out. Yeah.
We were not supposed to expose our subjects' identities due to the whole narrative of the documentary and to avoid risking their jobs or getting them into some sort of trouble. So that was one of the biggest challenges in terms of like framing and getting like proper compositions that would be emotionally relevant or connect with our audience. So that was, I feel like that was the major challenge. Yeah.
The challenges that we faced as a team trying to bring our vision to life, I would say was our subjects. We originally were planning to use more than one subject, but by the time our first screening came, we had one subject that we had to use for our documentary, and because of that, and also new discoveries, we had to change our narrative slightly and kind of focus it on something else. The most surprising thing that people take away from this documentary, I don't think there's nothing people don't know. It's just that I feel like they choose to be like oblivious about it. I just feel like it will kind of remind them and kind of highlight what these domestic workers actually go through, and it will remind them to, you know, do better as humans.
Directing this documentary was challenging. It really was challenging, but more than anything, because of the story that we are telling, it was worth it in my opinion, because it gave me a new perspective in life. As someone that has a housekeeper that is foreign, it made me realize a lot of things about what these women go through as people outside of who they are in their homes that they work in. So it needed me to put my emotions aside and really like dig for the story, find the story and tell it in a way that is respectful to both the women but also impactful to the people that don't have an understanding of what these women go through. But outside of that, I think what I would do differently is I definitely have a more in-depth and personal connection with my subjects prior to coming into production, because that will just ensure that things work much smoother in production.